Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the Practical Microservices stream on this fine January 4th of 2023. And I don't even know why I pretend I'm going to do things off the camera unless they're pretty severe. But yeah, we've got to remake the event model here on the stream. So that's what we're going to do today. And then hopefully that won't take the entire time and we'll be able to get into making the changes, refactoring it, as it were. However, now that we know, excuse me, what the issue is and what we're going to do about it, I want to change the little text in the lower left of the screen there saying what we're doing. Wow, why won't that select the whole line? Don't know. Okay, so we are making changes to the device video component to avoid the concurrency error. And I probably could make that text smaller if I tried, but I won't. So basically want to take this doodad and put it into Lucidchart and have it reflect the new model of things. So I do want to grab that bit of helpful text right there. And these are all the events we're working with. Why can't I select everything? There we go. I'm going to drag them up here to redo these workflows. So the question is, yeah, we'll still have the retrieve sent bit. I realized I didn't actually say a question there. So build becomes initiated, and then we need the names of the streams here. So this was the composite category. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to yoink, grab that right there and then paste it right there. So there are a few things as exciting as watching someone Lucidchart. So let's drop you in place right there. And drop you in place right there. Oh, wait a sec. Here's a fun thing. If you use Lucidchart to do these kind of event diagrams, I find that the square arrows make it a lot harder to follow the diagram later on. So if you want to change the default arrow, right here in the line options, if you click that and switch to rounded, now when you draw an arrow, it will be rounded. You can change an individual one if you have it selected and then go up here and change it. But if you want to change the global one, change it when nothing is selected. All right, let's see here. So is that all the data points that we need? Yes. Okay. Great. So that goes to initiated, and then that's where we get our cool box here. So I could just use this as that box. And oh, I didn't copy that event over because I was copying it from the later workflow. So let's grab all of that text right there, and then we'll make a copy here. Paste all that in and unbold that stuff. So I don't actually want any text in this box. We'll just make it bigger because we are going to, as part of this handler, write a couple of different events. Like so. And I do not remember the shortcut for moving things backwards. So what is it? Oh, dude, that's totally what my muscle memory was going to do. Oh, you have to have something selected if you want to send it backwards, apparently. Come on, Lucid, get with it. And make you larger and bold, why not? Fortune favors the bold. And I'm going to drag that a little bit bigger. Like so. Yeah, that should work. And let me finish getting the stream names here. Drag you down. Drag you down. Sounds so terrible. That is centered, and will you give me the alignment arrow? You might if this were large enough to accommodate all the text in it. So let's make that change, and then there we go. Yeah, close enough. All right, so we then do this box right here. Let me slide that down. That looks a little bit better, and that matches what we have over here, more or less. Seems a lot more vertical in draw.io. We will want our big old line to show the separation of the components. So it's going to drag that out to this point and remove the right arrowhead. And then I like to have a dotted line between different categories for the same component. So let's see, you're on the middle line of the box there. Drag you out about that far as well. And we will get rid of that right arrowhead, as well as, is that a good? No, I don't like that dot style. Let's go dashed. Wow, that was crazy zoom jump there. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay, fantastic. So what do we want? Back over here, so then we go to requested, fetched, retrieved. Requested, fetched, and retrieved. Right, but we need to do this the right way now and not the wrong way. So let's come back this way. So we still want the original command stream. That would make perfect sense. So let's grab that bit of text. And you know what? Just realized how to get these two aligned better. If we pick one of the alignments, we're going to go with right alignment. And are you now? You are fantastic. So now when we drop you in place like so, can drop that text in and we're still aligned. And then we will need back over here on the right, this new category that we introduced yesterday. That was the chief thing that we did yesterday. So let's get that in. And that is where our requested events will go. So let's get that lined up with the center. Of course, no, that's fine. Leave it like that, and then grab this one and, excuse me, drop it in right there. So now we have all of our categories that we care about in place. And this command will lead to that event. And then bring you two down. Let's get those spaced nicer relative to that event, and then we can move the category to match it. Right there. That looks good. And then requested leads to fetched. Fetched leads to retrieved. You can slide those over, and then if I'm not mistaken, that leads up to retrieved and built, which I didn't actually copy over yesterday. Surprising. Not that surprising, honestly. That's the kind of thing that's easy to miss. So, not that text. We are over in this one. Oh, this is a single. Oh, I left myself a little note to make this change in all of them, and I didn't. So here we are. Not having an explicit composite ID started sucking with this event. Collision with start minute. Nice. Right, I think that's where it was. Start minute, end minute. Right, so the start minute here refers to the start of the composite. This start minute is referring to the start of the clip that we retrieved. And it's fun to come back and review all this stuff here. By fun, I mean painful. No, just kidding. It's not so bad. I'm going to grab, let's get the messages in place before we do all that other stuff. Excuse me. So unbold you. That is like, how does that look on the stream? That orange just seems so not well. That one seems too dark. I really like the shade there. Yes, I'm going to take the time to try to figure out what that is. So let's grab that shade and come here. Surely there is a way to add a color. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I think. Does that blue work for me? It just seems so faded. What's the next blue down? Oh, this pains me to say, but I actually kind of dig these colors more. So let's grab them. Grab you, and we will add this lovely color right there. There we go. Now it doesn't look so unwell. Grab all you friends. Oh, look at that. Much better. So much better. Well worth the time. Why does that have 2 zoom speeds of not moving at all and then way too fast? So this retrieved here would be the result of this one. I haven't standardized on whether arrows come out the tops or the bottoms or the sides. If we're going to go down a stream like there. If we're going to go up, let's come out from the top. So why won't you center with your friend over here? There you go. And then we can just move it over like so. Okay, so that's the retrieved. And then with that retrieved, we now move on to the next step. Is that how we actually do it? Or do we just send them all at once? I don't remember how we coded that. Let's have a look, shall we? So up here in the composite component, lib handlers would be an initiated where we start sending it. Ah, so we just write them all right away. Does it actually matter? Guess what it means is that it's initiated that causes all of the retrieved. So this isn't actually, this is not an accurate representation of the flow here. So let's make it accurate. If we were going to do that, we would need a copy of this box. And then I guess everything in the box. So we could have just copied all of these and moved them over. Now, how do I route this arrow? It's not terrible, not brilliant either. There we go. It is okay for one message to cause more than one, even directly. And this is the causation event for all of these. Oh, I was supposed to make a 2 over here as well. Where'd you go? 1, there you are. And then you'll say 2. Copy you guys and bring you, no, not like that. Copy them. That looks pretty close. Okay. So that is what's actually going on there. And then this is going to get written here, let's say. And then we just have a repeat of the same flow. So this is one composite video requesting 2 clips that have not been fetched in the system yet. So we'll just copy this general shape over here because this command will cause that event, which will cause this one, which will cause this one. This isn't necessarily the timing of all of the events, but it does show the sequence of them, if that makes sense. So then our retrieved would come, we would have another one right here as a result of this retrieved. And then we would have our built. So let's grab all the text on built and put you into this event. The space and remove all the bolding there. And there is one of our workflows updated for the new design. So what we did, we introduced this new category here, and we are finally copying over the box showing that we're writing those two distinct events in the handler. Have a little hot chocolate and then we'll move on. All right, so then the next workflow that we captured in here was the case where, oh right, we got to put our notes on here. This one about things sucking. Oh man, such a great expression. There's a really good Simpsons clip on that. Bart used that term and Marge didn't like it. Let's see here. On this one, it was in that box, which kind of called it out, which I liked more than how this text showed up over here. If that's the case, I would probably want to just grab one of these boxes and copy it all over. That a little bit larger. Okay, and then we can move this over, grab all this text, delete that. Why keep this box? This is just a record of why we went with the composite ID, which it effectively duplicates data in the device ID and start minute and end minute that we have over in this build command. The composite ID is just made by concatenating those or joining them together with a plus in between them. And so if we're going to do something like have some big old duplicate data, then it probably makes sense to explain why that is. So I'm going to go with the box again. And that got messed up because I forgot to paste and match style. So, oh yeah, that thing about the default curvy arrow, that applies to your default alignment as well. So if you change those, really any of these properties, I think, with nothing selected, then you'll get the result that at least I was after. So we'll do that. Here are our assumptions. Oh, I bet this hasn't been fixed. So this is, I like Lucid Chart. I don't like this. Where do you get lists? If I try to make a list with just this in it, I don't think it can do it. It'll try to make the entire box be a bulleted list. Why don't I see bullet? Oh, there we go, bullets and list. There we are. So select this text right here, grab this drop down and go to bullet. Oh, I am mistaken and pleasantly surprised. Maybe I didn't do it exactly how it was in the past. Maybe I forgot how things actually were, but that used to be difficult. Not going to complain about it though. That's pleasant surprise. I like that. So the minute for this video was previously fetched from the device. So that is our next flow over here. Let's grab that text, drop it in there, and then, whoa, too far out, too far. For this one, we're going to do the same. All of this should be the same. Wow, I did. Oh, because you grabbed the line. suppose I don't want that line. Well, I can just delete it later. So let's come in here, grab those, drag you over. That I did not drag to the same place, did I? So those events should be in line with the other events, more or less. And then, you know what? I'm actually going to keep the line. And just because this got confusing later on, let's drag these over so that we can see them again. So we have a record of what's different about this flow. And then you can also see the stream names. If I were custom designing a diagramming tool for this, and there is one, I've never used it. ONote, it's called. Let me go back to Opera. ONote. They have some stuff that helps with event modeling. I haven't used it, so I don't know if it would work exactly the way that I would like it to. But if I were custom building such a thing, then the stream categories would kind of lock over on the left-hand side, kind of like in Excel, how you can lock a header in place. So even when you're scrolling rows, you can see all those headers. Anyway, that's what I would do. You might be wondering too, like, yes, I was supposed to do this overnight, and I didn't. I'm probably going to stop making those promises. I do think the actual modeling is far more important than the coding, or not more important, more difficult. And so I like to, with the stream, reinforce what I consider to be good practices when developing things. And one of those is paying attention to the modeling like this. So that's why we're doing it. I also noticed that I did not bring one of these dotted lines between the categories for the device video component. There we go. Now we have them. And then this one can slide over to, that is not the right height, right there. And let's drag you over one. Okay, I mean, that part, whatever. Okay, here we go. We're going to drag you down there and drag you down to, let's say, right there. Okay, that's in place. This one won't be doing the second one, so we can cut that. And then you would still go to a requested, but because you had previously been fetched, and let's actually explicitly represent that. So we would have, I don't know, somewhere over here, this fetched event that we're assuming is in the stream. It would make a lot more sense. Then instead, whoa, I have to copy that. The difference then is that when we go to handle the requested, we wouldn't produce a, sorry, the fetched would be down in this stream, wouldn't it? Since we had previously fetched it, we would just go like that, and then we could grab retrieved and built and their little arrow friend. Like so. There we go. And then I'll drag that over so that the arrow looks nicer. Is that silly? Kind of. There. I didn't like how it was going back to the left before coming back to the right. And then we can trim these a little bit here. Where are you? Like that. So we would still do the retrieve and the retrieved sent. We would still write the request, because that is the other thing that changes out of there. We'll always write the requested event. It's just that when we handle the first requested event, we project this stream because that's where we're going to be writing to. And so additional requests coming afterwards won't mess up our expected version. the hot chocolate is not so hot anymore. That's okay. All right, so then the final workflow is the one where we have the issue and all this arrow trouble. All right, so to do this one, we'll need 2 composite videos coming in. And then just do what comes from that. Okay, so if that is the case, what of this do I want to copy? You. Grab the one and the... Okay, that is not working as expected. So let's just grab... that much. And we can grab the stream names as well. If we scroll over to here, nice. That's what I was hoping would happen. Of course, I would like to have stayed vertically in line. But whatever, you didn't. About something like that. And then you come more this way. The color seems inconsistent. Also, I dragged it up. Don't want it slanted. Oh, and then there you go. All right, good stuff so far. So that is first request, and it results in a requested event. Now, let's grab all of these again, but I don't want the lines this time. So let's leave those off. And this is our second request. Whoa, I just right-clicked something right before I set that down, which is unfortunate. There we go. Whoa, what is going on here? I didn't bring... What is that arrow? Oh, that's my, wow, what? The zoom is so finicky. Let's just get rid of you. And make another copy. Play some hold music while we are shifting this arrow over. There's that, and then there's that. Fantastic. Okay. Are you over that box? I don't want you to be, so let's send you back until you are not. There you are not. Drag you out further. Why does... Wait a second. No, what is going on here? Because that's the head of the arrow there. And now that has a D on it. That's funny. Okay, we'll delete that. Zoom back out. Is there a way to delete the curve? Don't want the curve. Did I just add another? Okay, I don't know what's up with this line, but... or where anything just went. Let's grab this little doodad right here and just put it back in place. So you line it there, and trying to do WASD keys to navigate around this document. Turns out that is not how Lucidchart works. All right. Oh, hey, thanks for bloody loving this Twitch stream. Is the volume better now? I've pretty much just been muttering under my breath the whole time, which may be the result. But looking at things here, how is this? Yes, a bit, just a bit. Let me see if I can fix that. So here is this. It was very Bob Ross, but quieter. Happy little accident. So from all of my levels here, if I talk up my normal volume, this should be showing up okay. Okay, great. Let's go with that. And then we can drag this line right out to there. All right, so that is part of what we were after. Now, if I remember correctly, this was 2 separate composite videos. Okay, great. Glad to hear it's better. I could just stop muttering under my breath too and talk. So I'll try that. All right, so we had 2 different workflows. 2 different composite videos that happen to use the same clip is what we're after. And so we just want to show how that happens. And the way that would happen is this requested would end up leading to a fetched event. So drop that one right in here, I believe. And then these were fetched and retrieved. Right. So, uh-oh. We may have another problem. Well, okay, so hi, Daddy. Hi, whoever said that. I don't know who said it. I'm also not going to say your name while transmitting, just so that you can preserve your anonymity, but it is good to see you writing things. I have my suspicions of who typed that message, but I won't say them. All right, so we handle the requested. That leads to fetching this video. And then what? Something needs to handle this to turn it into a retrieved for that request. That's right. We were going to write both of them at the same time because we can do that. So, yay for remembering things. Let's grab the fields from this retrieved over here, and we'll paste those right in. And I'm going to draw a box around them. And so this arrow would then connect to that box, which is what should be happening back here as well. So I'll need to come back and change that. So no text in there. This is just going to contain these events. And then we'll need to send it back so it's not covering the events that it contains. And the purpose of this is to say we're writing both of those at the same time, which is kind of what we did here. But the difference is this can actually be written atomically because it's 2 messages to the same stream. We can't atomically write across streams. Technically, we could change MessageDB to allow that, but love you too, kiddos. We can't, if we made that change, so the streams are our partition points in the system. And if we allow atomic writing across streams, we are breaking that assumption. And we have no guarantees that streams are going to stay in the same place that they always are. So yeah, that's what's going on there. All right. So let's make that change now back in the other places before forgetting. And then in 3 months, when some other problem is discovered with this design, we don't have to come back and laugh at the note. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Saying, oh, look, I was supposed to change this. So let's drop. Let's go one more over. Like that. I'm muttering again, aren't I? So now the volume isn't so good. Drop that in place. That retrieved is still the thing that connects to there. I would like the arrow to be above the box, and it is. Great. So let's drag this friendo over and send it to the back, because that's what you do with your friends. And you don't connect to that event, connect to the box like so. Okay, that's great. In this case though, with this event existing, we're not going to also write a fetch because we won't also fetch it. So that is the correct behavior there. So what I wanted to show here, this right, let's move this one over. This one I do kind of want to show that, oh, if I select all of that, I'm going to get those lines with it. Let's grab all the things. Do want to show that this request actually arrived before we did, we did the fetching. Where did this arrow come from? You go away. Nobody likes your style. All right, we'll move this over here. And that's just unnecessary. Okay, fantastic. Got that. Yes, because we're handling this one when this came in. So then we write these. And then now when we go to handle this, we'll project the stream down here. We'll see that it has been fetched and not retrieved. So we need a copy of you over here like so. And I'm just going to draw it, and then we can figure out the routing of that line a little bit later. That is stunningly good art there. The correct fix is probably to add more space, but I'm not going to do that because why? Don't want to. All right, so we'll bring you two over here like so. And well, you would have to happen after that retrieved right there. So this retrieved leads to that retrieved. And then one more of this pair to cover the other workflow, which would be handled by this event right there. That one even looks like a sine wave. Okay, fantastic. I think that covers the situations that we have. Now we just got to go code it back up. Let me put a note over here of what's going on. So this is two separate composite workflows requesting the same clip at roughly the same time. All right, so just so that I can really convince myself that we solved the problem that led to revisiting this project. Excuse me. Our problem in the old design, I'm looking forward to deleting this file. Should I keep it around? Or here in the Lucid doc, we can rename this without concurrency error. All right, so request comes in, leads to an initiated. Sorry, the composite request comes in, which leads to an initiated event. The way we handle that is we write a retrieve command for each clip. This is a separate composite, so we just have the one clip. And we have to imagine that this composite, one of them has at least one other clip. Wait a second. Sorry. What? I swear I just deleted that. Clearly I didn't, but I thought I had. Doesn't really matter what I thought I had done. All right, so drag you down to there. Okay, yes. Initiated leads to the retrieve. We also have this retrieve sent so that we're not writing a bunch of messages that we don't need. Cool. Device videos consumer on its command category picks up the first retrieve, writes a requested. So far, that's the same as what we used to do. So I'm switching back over to there. Then what would happen is the consumer, this shows the new design. Let's come back over here where we didn't have it yet. The consumer on the command handler, this retrieve handler, would spring to life, project the stream for the video clip itself, and notice, hey, we have not yet fetched this from the camera out in the field. So we're going to write a requested event to the stream here. In fact, I'm going to come back over here. Sorry, I wish this weren't in the updated state. We can make it not in the updated state very quickly by just dragging all of this back up. And that wiring is terrible. So I'm going to delete this. Well, I'll point with the mouse and then it will all make perfect sense. So we haven't fetched it. So we're going to write an event saying it was requested by this workflow. That's fine. Then there is a separate consumer on the event stream here, which picks up that requested and then says, hey, has this been fetched? It needs to check again because perhaps someone else has already fetched it. Well, no, it hasn't been. So we're going to start actually pulling the video down from the device. Cool. When we do that, we project this stream and we get a certain expected version for the stream, saying there's a certain number of events in this stream, and we're basing all of our decisions that we make on that. But this takes a long time, 30 seconds, the way that it's currently in the code. While that is happening, another workflow comes in requesting the same clip. So that results in its build, it's initiated, which gives us the retrieve for the device video component. And when the command handler for that springs to life, remember, we're still in the middle of handling this event because it takes a long time to pull the video from the device. It projects this stream and it says, hey, has it been fetched? Well, no, it would only find this requested in the projection. Upon not seeing that it has been fetched, it's like, okay, cool. I will write a requested event to this stream. Neat. So the version of the stream was at 0. Now it's at 1. We finished downloading the video and this thing goes to write saying, okay, let's write this event. And by the way, I expect the stream to be at version 0, but it isn't because this event came in. So when this write goes to happen, we get that error and we crash and we restart. When we restart, we come back to this requested event. Has it been fetched? No. We fetch it, rewrite it. We're good at that point, provided no other additional workflows have come in requesting the same clip. So in theory, if it were a really popular 1-minute clip from our device, we could never complete the workflow, which would also starve all of the others because the component does things in order. Not desirable. In the new system, how we changed that was we separated the requests from the actual status of having fetched the device. So same as before, build for the composite comes in, leads to initiated, which leads to our retrieve command. When the device video components retrieve handler encounters that, just as before, it writes a requested event, but it just always writes a requested event if it hasn't already written it for that workflow. So that's a change that we'll need to make. Let's call that out right now. So we're going to have 2 entities in this component because we're going to project different streams. Let's see, this will need to project the requests stream to see if we've already written the requested event or not. And I would like that to be capital R, and it can zoom in so that's actually legible. So I'll just drop that text right there. And that will happen in the other flows as well. All right, so its job is to just get the requested into place, whatever, we're done. We then have a consumer on this stream right here. And it's like, oh, neat, I got an event, a requested event. I am going to project this stream down here to see if the video has been fetched. The first time we encounter it, we would say, no, we have not fetched it. So we're going to fetch it. We're going to start that same long process. Meanwhile, and so we projected the stream and we projected this stream down here. When handling this, we project this stream. Nothing is in it at that point, so our expected version will be -1. And that is just fine. Because while we are fetching that video, another request comes in for the same clip. So when we get the command to do that, we're going to write a requested event, but we're not writing it to this stream anymore. We're writing it to this stream right here. So that when this finishes, nothing else has been written to this stream down here. So it goes ahead and writes the fetch, and it's going to write the retrieved at the same time because we still have the context of which workflow we're in. We'll just write both of those. We can do that in one step. Neat. That is now done. The composite component can pick up that retrieved and be like, neat, that portion of what we're doing is done. But now the consumer on this category, having now finished this by fetching the video and writing both of these events, moves on to its next request, which is this one right here. And it's like, cool, let me project the stream down here. Has the video been fetched? Yes. Have I already written my retrieved? No. I'll just go ahead and write my retrieved. And so nothing is coming into this stream and writing events, pulling the carpet out from under us. And the cost of it is we just always have a requested event now. And I'm okay with that. I think that works great. And by having just talked through that again right here, now I'm even more prepared for the meetup later this month, which I need to get scheduled on meetup.com. So I think this design is going to be solid. And our next steps would be to dive into the code. Yes. But we only have 8 minutes left. So I'm thinking I might just end the stream slightly early today so that tomorrow we can just jump in straight into fixing the code. Nothing to change in the composite component. This is all going to be in the device video component. And yeah, I don't want to start coding this right now. Let's get rid of every change we've made in here. So, let's do this with the code. All right, put all this back. I want this in a state where I can demonstrate the problem. And how did I do that? I think just by introducing a lot of delays in places. Let's have a look at what changed here. So, right, got the puts message to start fetching the video, sleeping for 30 seconds. Probably going to crash. All right, so that new device video ID, that thing goes away. So the handlers commands file, let's check that one out. So git checkout. Lib device video component handlers commands. So that was the old attempt at fixing this. Wait, is that everything? And then, oh, that was an attempt at fixing it where we would re-fetch the wait, what? Where was that change? That is in device video component handlers events. Oh, but what line number are you? Fetch.uri. Oh, it's up in the requested handler, isn't it? Right, because this is where it would happen. Right, we're going to say, oh, let's just refetch it. from the message store, and that didn't seem right either. So let's go ahead and get rid of that change. So now the only change would be those additional sleep messages. And then we added an interactive test that would trigger the expected version error by writing 2 retrieve commands at roughly the same time, but giving a 10-second break in between them. Okay. So this test would catch the concurrency issue. Start the component before running this file. If you've solved the concurrency issue, you won't see a crash from a version mismatch error. I don't remember the name of the error, but that's the gist of it. Okay, let's put that in place. Git status. I'm going to commit this directly to master. That's fine. Git add, git commit. Okay, the concurrency issue is more pronounced now. So let's check that in. But I would like to actually tag this one. So git, do I remember how to do this? Git tag help. Dash A sounds right. Annotate, make an unsigned annotated tag object. That sounds right. Git tag dash A with a message of pronounced concurrency error. You didn't like that. What was wrong with that? Git tag dash A dash M. Oh, there, this will work. Pronounce concurrency error. Oh, it still didn't like it. Oh, because I have this dash M here. Let's get rid of that. Write a message for your tag. Pronouns concurrency error. Git push and git push tags. Neat. So now if we go to GitLab, do expensive things once, and we come to this component right here, we can go to the tags and see, okay, great. So that'll be useful for the meetup. Tomorrow we'll fix it. Hopefully our design works and we'll code it correctly. I don't know if we'll finish that tomorrow, but that's what tomorrow's focus will be on. No more of this lucid charting nonsense. And with that, I will thank everyone who came for coming. Have a lovely rest of your day, and love you, kiddos. Happy coding. That's what I'm trying to say. Later.